Our next economic lesson is called Selecting Stocks. Our goal for this lesson is to recognize the guidelines for selecting and purchasing stocks. Look at your vocabulary words. Similar to a rise in the market, signifies a good time to buy if you are looking to purchase stocks is a climb. Market-wise, the rivalry existing for the consumer dollars is competition. A call for a product or service, a need or want, is a demand. Similar to a drop in the market, signifies a good time to sell if you have stocks, is a fall. Your money in the fund is combined with the money of millions of other investors to buy stocks and bonds, is open mutual fund. After all expenses are subtracted, the amount of money left after a sale is profit. Selling to consumers with costs included to cover manufacturing, advertising, overhead, and other concerns is retail. Someone who has purchased stock, also known as a shareholder, is a stockholder. Never invest your money in anything that eats or needs repainting, by Billy Rose, the New York Post. Dan and Perry have two different reactions to the stock market's work last year. Dan shouts with glee, "Man, I hit a gold mine with that investment in the Western Acres Clothing Company. They have been selling that line of clothing like crazy, and their stock has been booming in value. That stock just keeps climbing. I've been able to put some extra money away for my son's college tuition." Perry, however, doesn't share Dan's enthusiasm. "It's been a mess for me. I invested in that company that was going to do some new gold mining in Nevada. They couldn't get organized and have been losing money all year. And looking at how their stocks are falling, I'm losing money as well. Putting money into stocks, as both men know, is risky. One of the first rules almost of any investor will tell you is, do not invest any money that you cannot afford to lose." In this case, Perry was upset but not devastated. He did not use savings or any emergency money to invest. He was wise enough, though he did not see a profit because he did not put himself in financial jeopardy. A stock is a representation of the part of the company that you own. Okay, so in your notes, go ahead and put today's date. Okay, don't invest money that you can't afford to lose. Okay, it says a stock is the representation of the part of the company that you own. So it represents the part of the company you own. A stock is actually a certificate that shows you own a small piece of a business or corporation. But in today's market, you may not get a certificate, but a receipt. When you purchase a stock, you're paying a tiny little bit of the company. You're buying a small percentage of everything owned by the company. This includes computers, desks, bookshelves, and, well, everything. Whenever you buy the stock, you will then be referred to as a shareholder or a stockholder. Okay. Shareholder and stockholder are the same thing. Whenever you buy the stock, you will then be referred to as a shareholder or stockholder. Since you own the share, Whenever the corporation profits, you profit as well. People who buy shares or stocks. Even if you just own one, you're still a shareholder or a stockholder. Okay, let's go back to your Mattel stock. The toy company comes out with a new toy for the Christmas season called a microbike, which is a new type of racing car toy that can be remote controlled with a pair of special glasses. What a hit. The company sells the microbike by the truckload and profits tremendously. So do you. As you enter the business world of purchasing stocks, you must realize that it's not gambling. Some Christians have a fear that buying the stock market is no different from betting on a horse race. But buying stocks should be equated with buying into a partnership or business. After all, your money is going into a corporation that will try to use it to grow. If you do your homework and stay responsible in your decisions with purchasing stock, you can see a great benefit financially and learn a lot about the business world as well. Here are some guidelines to ask yourself before making a purchase. Okay, so we said it's not gambling. Some people think that buying stocks is like gambling. It's not gambling, and the reason it's not gambling is because you're giving your money to a business and they are going to try to make it grow. Gambling is when let's see. Let's look up gambling in our dictionary. I'll do it this way. Gambling. Gambling is when you're playing games for money, okay? We're not playing a game, we're actually being a partner in a business, okay? So you're being a partner in a business. You're putting money towards a business to help it grow, okay? Here are some questions to ask yourself before making a purchase. So we said, don't invest money that you can't afford to lose. Stock represents the part of the company you own. A shareholder or a stockholder are people who buy stocks. It is not gambling. You are being a partner in a business. Okay. Questions to ask yourself before making a purchase. Okay, here are some questions to ask yourself. Number 1, is the company making a product or service that somebody wants? In other words, you're pretty sure McDonald's track record of when they come out with a new burger, you have an idea of how they are going to do. But if the new Super Burger fast food chain comes out with a liver burger, you may want to steer clear of it. If you do not see a demand for the product, it's best to be cautious about buying stock from that company. Okay? So we need to make sure that they're coming up with products that are selling. Okay, number 2, how has the company been doing against its competition? How has the company been doing against its competition? If you do not see any profit from the company recently, that is a sign it may not be a good business to invest in. If the company has been making a good profit against competition, you may continue to see that profit grow, and that's a good sign for investing. How much competition is the company up against? For example, if Kmart were the only retail store in town, they would get a ton of business. The Kmart stock would be a great investment. However, since Walmart and Target are also active competitors, the profit potential for Kmart is significantly less. Okay, so you need to look and see what competition they have. Number 3, you may want to sit back and let a professional be responsible for buying stocks for you. Let a professional buy your stocks for you. This is common across America. Millions of people purchase mutual funds. The most common type of mutual fund you can purchase is an open mutual fund. In an open mutual fund, you put your money in the fund, and the company combines that money with the money of millions of other investors. All the investors have mutually funded the account. The broker at the investment company uses the money to buy stocks and bonds. You can think of it like putting money in a bank where the money goes to work for you. The fund then takes out a portion of the profits for itself and gives you your share of the profit. Okay, questions to ask yourself before making a purchase. Is the company making a product that somebody wants? How has the company been doing against its competition? I guess this shouldn't be a 3. Let a professional buy your stocks for you. And we talked about a mutual fund, mutual fund. We said it's the most common. Okay. An open mutual fund is the most common that you can purchase. So the most common is an open mutual fund. You put your money in the fund, and the company combines it with the money of millions of other investors. Okay. Company combines your money with the other investors to buy stocks and bonds. The broker buys stocks and bonds okay. Okay, the broker, I'm sorry, not the broker, the fund takes out a portion of the profits for itself. So the fund gets a portion of the profits and obviously you get your share of the profit. Okay, so let's talk about a mutual fund. The most common is an open mutual fund. The company combines your money with other investors. The broker buys stocks and bonds. The fund gets a portion of the profits and you get your share of the profit. Okay, go ahead and study this lesson, study your notes, and answer the questions.